The air was crisp in Maplewood, a manicured suburban haven where Ethan Carter's dream home had become a battlefield. Ethan, a software engineer with a knack for precision, stood in his driveway, staring at a letter from the Maplewood Homeowners Association. Its elegant font masked a venomous demand: due law $350,000 in delinquent dues, from the previous owner, now his burden. His heart pounded. This wasn't a clerical error, it was war. Across the street, Margaret Hayes, the HOA president, watched from her porch, her clipboard glinting like a scepter. Ethan's hands shook, not from the autumn chill, but from memories of his parents, a mechanic and a nurse, losing their home to a predatory HOA. He'd sworn he'd never let that happen again. 6 months earlier, Ethan had moved into his 3-bedroom haven, thrilled to own a slice of the American dream. Maplewood boasted pristine lawns, a sparkling pool, and tennis courts. The due law $150 monthly HOA fee seemed fair for such luxury. Ethan spent weekends fixing up his house, jogging by the community lake, and chatting with neighbors at a potluck. But the first crack appeared with a notice about his mailbox painted the wrong shade of twilight ivory. Ethan had approval from the architectural committee, but when he cited the HOA office, Margaret dismissed his documents with a smirk. Standards changed. Check your email. Ethan hadn't received any email. Her tone was icy. Don't like it? Sell. It felt personal, as if Ethan, the newcomer, didn't belong. Over coffee, his neighbor, Clara Thompson, a warm retiree who'd lived in Maplewood for decades, warned him. Margaret's turned this place into her empire. She finds wheelchairs, bans bright flowers, and doubles dues without explanation. Clara's late husband had called Margaret the queen of petty tyranny. Others echoed her. Diego Morales, a local chef, grumbled about dues jumping to due law $300, straining his family's budget. They're bleeding us dry, he said, flipping steaks at a backyard barbecue. Whispers of a secret bank account and a vanished playground budget fueled Ethan's unease. Then came the due law $350,000 demand, claiming debts from a decade ago, despite his title company's clear closing documents. Margaret's lawyer, Victor Lang, threatened a lien if unpaid within 30 days. Ethan's dream was slipping away. He hired Rachel Kim, an HOA dispute attorney with a no-nonsense edge. This is fraud, she said, eyeing the estoppel letter proving no debts existed at closing. She requested HOA financials, meeting minutes, and debt records, citing state law. Meanwhile, Ethan formed a private Facebook group, Maplewood Homeowners United, discovering 5 other new homeowners hit with similar fabricated claims. A retired professor, Henry Walsh, shared notes from his brief HOA board stint, revealing vague expenses and contracts awarded to Margaret's firm, Hayes Lang Properties. They froze me out, Henry said, handing Ethan a USB drive. Be careful. They played dirty. Margaret's response to Rachel's request was a redacted financial summary and a due law $150 per hour fee to VYU records. Rachel filed a court petition to compel disclosure. At the management company's office, their accountant, Nathan Brooks, fidgeted as Rachel photographed documents. His nervous glances at his phone betrayed coaching from above. He let slip that debt claims were decided in secret meetings by Margaret, Victor, and himself by law violations. Days later, Ethan's mailbox overflowed with fines: grass too tall, wreath too festive, garbage cans vy Cybele. Diego and others got similar notices. Retaliation was clear. A cryptic text from J. led Ethan to a pre-dawn meeting by the lake. James Harper, a board member, handed him a USB drive. I'm done covering for them, he whispered. The files exposed Project Horizon, a scheme to force new homeowners to sell at low prices, benefiting Evergreen Realty, co-owned by Margaret, Victor, and Nathan. Ethan's stomach churned. They were rigging the market. Rachel confirmed. This is conspiracy. When the HOA posted a foreclosure notice on Ethan's door, Rachel secured an emergency injunction, buying time. Ethan launched a website, Maplewood Truth, sharing redacted EVY Denke and rallying neighbors for a library meeting. A local reporter sniffed a scandal. The HOA's counterattack was swift, an emergency meeting to amend bylaws, easing foreclosures. Ethan discovered a loophole in the original covenant's voting rights were per property, not household. 12 undeveloped lots, owned by a bankrupt firm, were forgotten but vote eligible. With Rachel's help, Ethan and allies raised $120,000, buying the lots days before the meeting. The stage was set. The community center hummed with over 100 residents, a record crowd. Margaret, flanked by Victor and Nathan, pushed her foreclosure amendments. Ethan stood, voice steady. Let's verify the voting roll. Rachel presented deeds for the 12 lots, now Ethan's, granting 51 fan tram voting power. Margaret's face reddened, her voice shrill. Those lots don't count. They've never paid dues. Rachel cited bylaws. All properties had votes, dues or not. James, breaking ranks, confirmed the deed's validity, earning Margaret's glare. Neighbors gasped as Ethan revealed Project Horizon, passing out emails showing Margaret's fraud. This isn't governance, he said. It's theft. Margaret's objections crumbled. Ethan moved to oust the board for fraud. Diego seconded. The vote was a landslide. A new board Ethan, Clara, Diego, James, and 2 others took over. Victor stormed out, vowing lawsuits. Margaret sat stunned, her empire gone. Nathan stared at the floor, sweat beading. Neighbors buzzed, fear replaced by hope. Clara slipped Ethan a cookie. You belong here. 2 months later, an audit uncovered $2 million in misappropriated funds. Margaret, Victor, and Nathan had funneled dues to their companies, with Victor's wife, Laura, hiding transactions at First Regional Bank. All faced felony charges: fraud, embezzlement, conspiracy. Margaret's mugshot, hair askew, became a local joke. The new board slashed dues, restored amenities, and built a community garden on half the lots, selling the rest to fund reserves. Property values rose 15 fan tram. Ethan and Rachel, now dating, spoke at homeowner rights conferences, their story a national warning. But closure was elusive. A letter from Margaret's prison cell arrived, chilling Ethan. You stole my community, but I'll expose your tricks. Watch your back. Was it a desperate bluff or a real threat? Some neighbors questioned Ethan's tactics buying votes, airing private emails calling him as ruthless as Margaret. Others saw a hero. As Ethan watched kids play in the new park, he knew he'd saved more than his home. He'd rebuilt a community. But Margaret's words lingered, a shadow over Maplewood's VY Tory.
If you were the one in this story, how would you react? Would you stand up and fight back, or accept the unreasonable pressure and control from the HOA? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this VY Deo with more people. Your small action gives us the motivation to keep bringing you more intense and engaging stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next VY Deo.